Describe yourself in 5 words.
Well, sir, human beings made things. But if I had to describe myself, I'd say
I am a great noise,
Philanthropic?
a flash of light,
Adaptable.
a dream,
Brenda, William, Albert, Nora, Roger, Bennett.
an odor,
Those are the names of my cats.
a death, a nostalgia.
Oh, and I'm also really good with my hands.
What are your pet peeves?
There are 2 things I despise on this planet Earth.
People who lick their fingers before turning a page.
The little fringes on notebook paper.
Oh, oblivious people.
Albert hates it when I don't feed him at 6 o'clock.
when I also ate ice socks, man.
And they're the Welsh.
How would you describe your relationship with diverse cultures?
I went on this mission trip to Haiti to help build houses.
A very nice homosexual helped me pick out my slacks.
Well, I've had many diverse relationships.
Me gusta los culturas diversidades.
Some of them might have been a little unethical or illegal.
What is the worst thing you've ever gotten away with?
Well, in 9th grade, we were studying the sperm of pigs.
One day, I didn't change the cat litter.
I studied my own sperm instead.
Well, I had a little too much fun at Disney World one time.
Wearing white pants after Labor Day.
I'm with Mickey Mouse behind the It's a Small World After All ride.
I was a pretty big loiterer back in the day.
Took their rice and we did not even say please or thank you.
And manslaughter.
What drew you to this job and company?
Well, my father worked for an oil company.
I worked a lot of side jobs,
That question is very simple. I want to see the world.
but I feel like this job would give me more direction.
He worked a lot more of the dirty side of the job, so I'm much more interested in the management.
What previous work experience makes you a good candidate for this position?
I work a full-time job, volunteer for animals, and I'm raising 5 cats.
Have you ever worked on the floor of Sephora on Black Friday? Enough said.
I ran a small privatized merchant division into Honduras. I went into that jungle and I lost 32 men.
Well, I used to be an event planner. I learned a lot.
Last 9 years, I've been assistant manager at a baby gap. I've lost 2 men.
I'm pretty sure I can run an oil company.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, 10 years?
Well, hopefully by then there'll be technology that allows us to speak with animals.
Not here.
Well, I'd really like to move up in this company.
Oh, I don't know. Wherever life takes me, I suppose.
Maybe get to know everyone on a more personal level.
I'll definitely have made it to Mars by that point.
What would you do if you found out the company was doing something illegal?
As long as we're making money, I don't really care what I have to do.
I like to consider myself something of a watchdog.
Well, for years, the government has been holding me back in my science. So if it benefits the company.
Well, that would depend on my salary, wouldn't it?
What's your biggest commitment right now, besides this job?
Well, I'm working on an experiment.
Well, commitment. That's kind of a difficult word for me. I mean, I prefer to think of work as more of like a responsibility.
To incorporate the protective shells of turtles onto other animals.
Well, between my part-time job at Sephora, my Delta Nu Alumni Association, Twitter, and Instagram, I'm pretty full packed.
I've got 10 dead gorillas in my basement.
What novel, growing up, really inspired you, and why?
Well, I never really read for pleasure per se.
Well, I know it's not really like growing up, but have you ever read 50 Shades of Grey?
But my blog is really, really inspiring. I can tweet it out to the company hashtag if you'd like.
I suppose that has to be the given tree.
Ender's Game. I just really want to kill me some aliens.
You just gave so much, asked for so little.
If you were trapped in an elevator with 3 other people and the emergency button wasn't working, what would be your first response, and how would you deal with the situation?
I would have to get a hold of somebody who could get in touch with my cats.
Well, my first course of action would be to establish myself as the alpha of the 3. And then I'd make everyone take off their clothes.
First off, I would try to call everybody I knew in the area.
Well, I'm really good at recognizing when things are kind of out of my control.
We'd impregnate her. Okay?
Well, man, I don't know. Try to save people, I guess, or call for help, or 911.
I would just make sure everyone's having a really good time while they're waiting.
Now, clearly it won't hold them, so they'll fall to their death.
Those 3 men, one will be my best friend, one will become my wife, and one will be feeding stock.
And then I would have to get a hold of my sister to make sure she would feed them.
We will have already eaten the other person, and so now we will have a new food supply.
And hopefully somebody would come soon.